Let's talk about Ethan Hunt. I hear he's going rogue. Again, there's 6% of critics who got it completely wrong. So let's go ahead and roast them until marshmallow comes out their ass. All right, we're back to Luke Y. Thompson from The Robot's Voice. I believe I spoke about him in the last video. He says, the fifth Mission Impossible is a solid hour-and-a-half action film. Unfortunately, the runtime is 2 hours and 10 minutes. The difference between an hour and a half and 2 hours and 10 minutes is 40 minutes. For Luke here, that's 2 Tiny Toons episodes that he could watch instead, if he can't hold on to this film long enough. My kids, they watched Space Jam the other day. I went to the next room to put on a coat. By the time I walked back, the movie was over. That was like the shortest movie in the world. I'm damn glad that I did not pay to see that movie in theaters. Because that just would have been a waste of money. Like, you sit down, you're not even done with your popcorn, and the movie's over. Luke's got to leave the action movies to the grown-ups, okay?
Dan Geyer from Chicago Daily Herald says, Rogue Nation comes equipped with overwritten, exposition-heavy dialogue that none of the IMF agents would actually say to each other outside of a movie. Literally almost everything would not be said in real life. Almost every line you see in a movie, a real-life situation would not warrant. All right, one example is, say hello to my little friend. Or what about, we're going to need a bigger boat. If you take that scenario in Jaws and translate that to real life, Officer Brody, after almost getting his face ripped off, would not have just calmly turned around and said, you're going to need a bigger boat. No, in a real life scenario, if that happened to Officer Brody, he would probably most likely say something more to the effect of, holy freaking crackerjack, son of a bitch, get me out of here, I'm gonna die, we're going home, we're going home, we're going home. Quite frankly, I think the line they do use in the movie is quite quotable. Or what about, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. In real life, that would translate to, hush up, bitch. Anthony O'Connor from Filmic Australia says, it can be your mission if you choose to accept it. It's so annoying. But there are many superior options for your entertainment dollar. Didn't I tell you in a previous video, there's going to be a lot of critics that think they're so funny using the phrase, should you accept this mission? I imagine guys like Anthony O'Connor here. He's like a desk jockey at a police station, right? And he's the one coming up with all the slogans to put over the highways. Drive sober or pull over or click it or ticket. And I could just imagine these guys like Anthony just cracking up. I made a little rhyme. Drive with reason this holiday season. I passed one the other day. It says, stop, look, and listen. All right, we're going 80 down the freeway. What is that in reference to? Like, oh, look, there's a doe with its mother. Let's slam on the brakes, stop all the traffic, look and listen to all the cute little deer prancing around. You know, that's going to kill a lot of people. David Edwards from Daily Mirror UK says, this time we spend much too long in government back rooms discussing politics. What's wrong with that? All right, I understand that you want action in your action movies. I get that. There is action in this movie, but your adrenaline can rush by more than just watching bombs explode and high-speed car chases. Good action can be pulled off with extremely good dialogue and on-point politics. Politics is single-handedly the leading cause of death amongst humans. Wars are started over politics, genocides, you name it. Some of the most pulse-pounding movies that revolve around politics or just dialogue. You got Frost Nixon, Moneyball, The Bridge of Spies, The King's Speech, All the President's Men, and The First Kid. Yeah, you heard me. John Rico from About.com says, the latest in the Mission Impossible franchise suffers from having its impossible missions made lame by impossible product sourcing, imagined techno fixes, and apparently endless resources despite Cruise's hunt supposedly being on the run. I get that. Except without all of the resources at their disposal, it would essentially just be me going after the bad guys. And I think we could all agree that that would not be very exciting to see me running after bad guys that need to be caught. And in fact, anybody that's been fired from a job knows that you actually do take things away from that job, such as lessons that you learned about the industry. All right. You have resources, contacts that you wouldn't have had before. Or what about inside information, right? And not to mention your training. So Ethan Hunt and his gang, they have all the resources mentally. But I do think I need to point out to John Rico here that this Mission Impossible installment is the least techno happy. It's got the least amount of gadgets in it. So I don't know what he's complaining about. There's no reason for Ethan Hunt and his gang to not know at least a little bit about who the bad guys are and how to overtake them. You can't have just Joe Schmo running around stopping bombs and nuclear reactors. That would not be realistic. David Nusser from Real Film Review says, the Mission Impossible series finally runs out of steam with this overlong and often superfluous entry. All right, well, judging by where this guy lands on the list and in this video, he is partaking in making this video overlong. And superfluous, we have 249 critics reviewing this movie. So David knows a little bit about being superfluous. All right, enough of these wackos. Let's go on over to the audience reviews. I'm going to pick on somebody named Lonut M. Lonut says, I loved the actors, especially Tom Cruise. All the actors played good. Must-see movie. They played real good. All the actors, they played good, like a good group of kids playing marbles outside the haberdashery. All right, time for the most honest review. This one's by David Sexton, by London Evening Standard. It says, I like Tom Cruise, and I like action movies. You know what, David? You and I can throw back a beer together. I feel the same way. That's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know, it just feels like this guy missed his calling as a middle school physics teacher. Physicist. Say hello to my little friend.
Weird.
I know, I'm horrible at accents. I hate, if I could change anything about myself, it would be that I could do accents. And I can't. I think that's what's held me back. That's why I'm a nobody. I like this. You're better than me. Where did the ball drop? Why was this movie so sloppy?
Because it's Disney.
I've trained her well. No, I was exercising. I know it doesn't show, but she must be jealous of his speed, his talent. What? It's kind of supposed to. Hey, there you go.